CJ Stroud takes a loss in his debut. Some good, some bad, some great after the game. Let's hear how CJ Stroud handled taking that L in the locker room.
Yeah, it's the Locker Room on YouTube. You know what it is. Let's get it. Hey, Locker Room. Yeah,
there were two questions. There are a lot of questions, but there were two big questions about CJ Stroud when the Texans selected him. A lot of those questions do still exist. There are two that so far so good for CJ Stroud early on in his tenure. It is the Locker Room, number one source for Texans daily digital content. I'm Landry Locker. You can hear me Monday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Sports Radio 610 and the Odyssey app. That's 10 to 2 Central. Players on throughout the week. Going to be at every game. Going to be there Sunday when Stroud makes his home debut along with the Texans. And this is the best place to get the pulse of what's going on with the Houston Texans. The two of the main questions about CJ Stroud, outside of obvious questions that come with rookie quarterbacks. One was handling the pressure and using his legs. And I thought that of all the things that CJ Stroud did on Sunday in Baltimore, that was probably the most pleasant, surprising thing, or just something that we kind of saw as camp began. He ended up getting sacked 5 times, not ideal. Down 3 starters on the offensive line. And although on the one play he did lose the ball, for some reason they put their backup guard / center from the practice squad at right tackle instead of someone who'd started games at right tackle. That's another issue on itself. But CJ Stroud bought some time with his legs, and he seemed to feel the pressure. And that question so far, I think you would give it a thumbs up. The other one was, and this is that deep, over-romanticized at times question, when someone comes from a school like Ohio State or Alabama, how are you going to handle losing? How is CJ Stroud going to handle losing? He's not used to it. Didn't happen much at Ohio State. How is that going to happen? How is he going to handle being a leader? His teammates voted him as a captain. I got to tell you, his display after the game at the podium was as impressive as I've seen after a loss, which could be kind of a backhanded compliment, but I thought he did an excellent job, and it's easy to see why his teammates trust him to be a captain. Let's hear from CJ Stroud addressing the media after the loss. The money quote's going to be at the end, but here's CJ Stroud first, just talking about what it was like being out there in an NFL game against Baltimore.
First NFL game against a great team like Baltimore, a great defense, special player like Lamar Jackson. And I felt like, of course, it wasn't what we wanted, and got to just be better overall. Myself, got to make more plays, got to check the football, hold the football, and really just get it out on time, and be better in and out the huddle and things like that. So had some positive things, but we got to just keep growing from here and keep getting better. I feel like we did a decent job on those third downs, just getting the ball out, trying to make guys pay for blitzing all out, or if they're bringing certain guys we can't pick up. Try to do my best to get the ball out to my playmakers and have them make a play. And they did a good job of tackling today. And yeah, that's something we got to get better at. So.
TJ D'Amico and your teammates all talked about how you can take a sack and just move on to the next play. Where does that kind of come from? How important is that to you as you try to start your development at this level?
Yeah, I ain't really noticed. I just kind of try to have a one-play mentality, try to go 1-0 each and every play. If that's a negative play or a positive play, just try to shake it off and go to the next one. But yeah, I appreciate them saying that, but I got to play better. So.
What's the positive you can take away, put in the next?
So he's about to answer the positives. Here's the one thing that I do like is he's specifically saying what he needs to do better. It's not the old school. I got to be better. We all got to be better. We got to do it. I got to be better. Said he's got to get rid of the ball quicker. He's got to not hold on to it too long. He's got to get it to in his playmaker's hands. So he's giving you like tangible reasoning as to what he thinks is better. Here's the old, can you take any positives question.
It only gets up from here. So I don't really think that I don't really have any things I'm kind of harping on that we did super great. I don't think we did anything super great, but I do think we shot ourselves in the foot a lot and didn't give ourselves a winning chance. Our defense played really good, so got to just be better in and out the huddle in the red zone. Got to limit the penalties and things like that. So that's on me and getting with the guys and during the week and just getting better at that. So.
CJ, you look like you had to start to get some rhythm with Nico on a couple of drives, and then you started. Did you feel like that you started to get some rhythm with him?
Rhythm, okay.
Yeah, me and Nico put in a lot of work in the offseason of just trying to get consistent rest.
And I thought Nico and Woods looked good. I think those are the best versions that you need. Now, you're going to need the Dells to be better. You can't have 2 catches from Dalton Schultz. He's got to be better. But I thought as far as Nico Collins and Robert Woods, I thought those were perhaps the best versions. Probably would have liked Woods to catch, one of the maybe 1 or 2 of the ones that it seemed like maybe he could have had. But I thought from a Nico Collins Woods perspective, that was as good. That was a good version of them that you will take 9 times out of 10. Got to get more from the tight ends, though.
Consistent chemistry down, and I feel like today we were connected on a couple of those throws, and even some of them I won back. Just got to give him a chance because Nico's a really special talent to where if he touches the ball, he's probably going to catch it. So, yeah, I definitely think that we're just going to keep growing, me and him, and really everybody on the offense.
Poise question from DJB.
Yeah, I think it's part of my job. I honestly think I could have did better. Just answering the bell the next drive or next play and just making more plays. But I always just think like being negative isn't going to help. And just being the light on the team or being like the cool, calm, collected one could help a lot. Because, that's my job of being the quarterback, keeping everybody even keel and trying to go to the next play as best we can because you can't go back and get any other plays. So I try to do that at my best, but, of course, I think I could do better.
A couple more guys.
So I think the question is going to be, Jonathan Grenard said good things about you. How does that make you feel?
It means a lot, man. Somebody like him just who took me under his wing when I first got into the team and showed me a lot of things. It means a lot because, of course, we want to come in here and be 1-0 and move on and fight to be 2-0. But now it's not looking like that, so we have to, of course, lick our wounds and get better for the next week. And for him just to say that, it means a lot. So I appreciate them still having faith in me. I'm always going to fight my tail off and try to make plays and use my leg. Whatever I got to do to try to win, I'm going to try to do. So I think that maybe showed a little bit today, but in my opinion, I think I got to do more. Honestly, just really the little things. I don't really think the big scale. I think like it was football at the end of the day, but just getting out the huddle, getting the plays clean, getting guys lined up and getting the play clock and things like that. So I think those are the things that kind of hindered us a little bit. And then just being more efficient in the red zone, of course. So I feel like those are things that I definitely want to get better on.
It's going to be interesting to hear the reaction from the for Texans daily digital content. I'm Landry Locker. You can hear me Monday through Friday, 10 to 2, Sports Radio 610. About to get the money quote from CJ Stroud, so don't go anywhere. I am intrigued to hear, and I want to hear you or see you on the comments. How do you feel about Bobby Slowick after one game? Keeping in mind that the offensive line is a little bit depleted, but how do you feel about Bobby Slowick? And in particular, how do you feel about the decision to go for it in their own territory on 4th down in the first half and the second half? The first half one I did not like. Second half one I kind of understood. How did you feel? Put that in the comments. We're about to hear how CJ Stroud felt about it here in the locker room.
They made plays, man. I appreciate our coaches having faith in us. I feel like those third downs were big, that we got some yardage and we wanted to go for it on 4th down, and they just made plays, and we didn't make the play. So that's kind of all they had to.
Will and DJ. The offensive line pretty banged up.
This is the money quote.
They hated seeing you get hit as much as you did. What's your message to those guys?
Just keep fighting. I'll be all right. I'm gonna keep getting up. I'll be okay. It ain't my first time getting a hit, so I'm gonna just keep harping on those guys, man. Just go hard, because I'm gonna go hard for them. So I appreciate them just hanging in there with me and fighting their tails off, because I felt that it wasn't like they were just giving up. But it's not. I gotta get the ball out if that's the case, and make better reads. So it's a two-way street.
Wow.
What's the balance?
Damn, that's deep.
Trying to make a play and you're living pretty big down there.
It's a good one right there.
What's the balance between trying to make a play versus just maybe play die and moving to the next one?
It's just growing. Definitely could have maybe thrown it away a couple times. But man, I'm out there playing ball. Like, ain't like I'm trying to run the game. I'm just trying to make a play. And if I make the play, I'm the hero. If I don't, I'm the zero. So I'll take both. It is what it is. But I know what I can do on the field. I know I'm gonna make those plays eventually. So
Thanks, CJ.
all right, y'all.
There you go, CJ Stroud. So I got to tell you, I don't know how it's going to play out on the field. I don't know how he's going to react. I don't know if it gets better. I don't know if it gets worse. I just know guy sounds like a leader. The guy acts the part. It's very clear he was saying all the right things. And sometimes you'll say, well, what do you expect? I mean, it's easier said than done. We've seen guys not go up there and put up a mature display like that. So we'll see what happens. A lot of it may depend on what that offensive line looks like. But CJ Stroud at the podium showed some leadership, especially with that offensive line comment. Please subscribe, like, ride along, pulse of what's going on in Houston, no matter what happens, whether CJ went up there and knocked it out of the park or whether the Texans won or lost when it comes to this Texan stuff. We're all in this together. Thanks for coming in the locker room.
Landlock, got the game in the headlock. Localize every time, can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, we top 2 and we not 2. Plugged in daily digital on YouTube. We got tape.